Hello everyone, this is Teripper, and today we are going to be playing some Path of Exile. And this is really all I've been playing as of late, other than Chivalry, of course. Also, a little bit of MechWarrior Online, and you can thank yourself for that. But at any rate, this video is going to be a bit random, a bit also kind of introductory, as much as the last video was. If you guys have suggestions on videos I should do, let me know in the comments, because I'm very, very open as long as I'm playing this game. And, yeah, recently I bought some, totally unrelated to what this video is about, but recently I bought some premium stash tabs. And once again, this game is absolutely not pay to win. It's just convenience things and cosmetics. And almost every single weekend they have deals where you can get stash tab bundles or premium stash tab bundles for cheaper than usual. I didn't wait for a deal because I just really wanted some premium stash tabs, so I got them for 20 bucks. I got 6 for 20 bucks, and it's so worth it. You can actually sell things on an out-of-game marketplace if you have premium stash tabs, which is nice, but it's completely unnecessary if you just want to do normal stuff. Oh, let me dupe some stuff with this. So yeah, some basic things. I think the most basic thing I could start off talking about is currency. This whole page right here is a currency stash tab. Now, no, you don't start with this. You don't have to buy one, but you can if you want. I bought one because it's convenient and I play this game a lot. It's $7.50. 10 of these coins is worth about $1 in terms of the conversions. And I think it's really convenient. You can store 5,000 of each currency in every slot, but down to the basics. If you've played any kind of ARPG before, you probably know what Portal and Wisdom Scrolls are. Scroll of Wisdom identifies an unidentified magical or rare item. A Portal Scroll creates a portal, the most basic forms of currency. And then you get a little bit higher. These are all crafting currencies. They increase the quality of a certain item. Weapons, armor, potions, gems, which are your skills, and then maps, Cartographer's Chisel. Maps are the endgame stuff I was talking about last time. This stuff over here, transmutation, alts, augmentations, these are kind of like the coinage. These are the pennies, nickels, dimes of this game. Regal orbs are weird. They're kind of like a silver dollar. That's probably the best way to say it, silver dollar. Whilst chaos orbs are the closest thing you're going to get to dollars. These, I'm just making analogies for these currencies at this point. These are what you will do most of your trading in currency-wise. And all of these currencies, I'm speaking of them as though they're money, but they can also be used very interestingly. So, for example, all of these have to do with magic items. So if I want to give a magic item new properties, I use an alt orb on it. If I want to make a normal item magical, I use a transmutation orb. If I want to make a magical item that only has one modification on it currently, so this dagger is a magical weapon, but it has 2 mods on it, and that is the maximum number of magical weapon it can have. If it had 1 mod, I could use this and give it another one. Then we've got alchemy orbs, which are kind of like 50 cents, whatever. I'm going to stop. They're like quarters. Let's go with that. And they upgrade a normal item to a rare item. Chance orbs are weird. They upgrade a normal item to a random rarity, so it can become magical, rare, or unique. Now, unique items are things like these. They're completely unique. They have a specific preset list of modifications it can have. Some of them, the numbers are randomized. So for this Bringer of Rain, it's a really cool helmet. I made a character around this a while ago. Really good for block builds. It's got all these mods you see on it. The Socketed Gems are supported by blah, blah, blah. The Physical Damage Edition, increased armor. That is the same for every Bringer of Rain. At any rate, I'm going to go back here. Blessed Orbs are weird. Divine Orbs are weird. I found an Exalted Orb, which is what would normally go here, like, yesterday. They are the second rarest orb you can possibly find. And they are incredibly hard to find. They're very, very valuable. I sold mine today for 80 chaos. These are basically $100 bills, if you had to imagine. And then this is a Mirror of Calandra. This is the absolute rarest currency in the game. I've never found one in my life, nor do I expect to. You can copy 1-to-1 a weapon over with this. And you might think, well, that's kind of dumb. Aren't most weapons normalish? Well, yeah, unless someone crafts like the greatest weapon possible in a given league. Then you probably want a mirror. And then we've got this stuff. This one reforges the number of sockets in an item. I had to spend a lot to make this thing a 6-socketed item, the Vol's Protector, which is my chest piece. This reforges the links between sockets. So if I go over here to my dummy Vol's Protector, I use it once. Right now it's only got these 2 links. I use it once, got different links. You can get a 5 or 6 link off of this, but it is incredibly rare. And then you've got chromatics, recolors items, scourings, gets rid of all the properties, and then Vol Orb, which does some weird-ass shit. It corrupts an item, making it so you cannot use any other orbs on it, but it has the possibility of getting an interesting mod. Or it has the possibility of completely, like, messing up the item's mods. It's weird. And then these are coins. This is a League-specific thing. In fact, let me go do that now. So, and if you guys are new to Path of Exile, it's a challenge league, quote-unquote. It only goes on for a little while. But basically, there's this woman named Navali in every town area. There's one town area in every act of the game. There's 4 acts. If you find silver coins, you can give them to her, and you have a maximum number of 7 of these prophecies you can get. And I'm going to just max them out. Strong as a bull. Powerful fighting bull or drop a unique item. I got a lot of drop unique item things around here. But that's good, because you just have all of these kind of on the back burner, and some of them have specific places, like I will encounter corrupted animals in the Southern Forest and slay them. Obviously, that can only be completed in the area known as the Southern Forest. But some of them, I could just open up this list anywhere, some of them can be done anywhere. So if I find a bull, powerful fighting bull, I may end up getting a unique from it. Depends. Totally random. This game is very much based on random chance. But you can increase that random chance quite a bit by how you build your character. My guy is now level 78, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Let's chance these. I mean, alch these. This is a really good ring, actually. Shoot, I might save that. That's a really good energy shield roll. Fuck it. Okay, and then this thingy is kind of crap. So we're just going to throw that in here. This is where I put all my identified rare items. This is where I put all my unidentified rare items. I'll talk about crafting recipes, because that's what those are used for. I'll talk about that in another video, probably. But right now, I think we ought to just fly into a map, and I'll just tell you guys some basic stuff. This is going to be a really disconnected character to show you guys, and by that I simply mean don't expect this kind of performance in your first maybe like 60 levels. The game is still fun in the first 60 levels, especially if you haven't played before. So I wouldn't let me saying that stop you from playing. Let's go to the one called Maps. Teripper, how about that? Let's pull you out. I just like to enchant my maps a little bit before I use them. And yeah, we're just going to fly into a map here. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, if you're starting a new character, don't expect this kind of melt. Developers grinding gear games have made the game very... After that, it's all moot, because you're hooked. What more do you want? Oh, lordy. Yeah, so my frame rate may dip quite heavily here and there. And the reason for that is because I am using a skill that completely and utterly annihilates things. Funnily enough, I think Annihilation would be a much better name for it. So this lady right here, who I just completely talked to and skipped through her dialogue, her name is Tora. She is what's known as a master. And those people were the people that you guys just randomly saw standing around in my hideout, which was that place I was standing in before, where I opened the map up in. And what these people do is they allow you to craft certain modifications onto certain items. Now, to be able to get them and their crafting ability in your hideout, you first have to do missions for them. And to do missions for them, you have to find them randomly out in the wild, like I just found her. Usually, they'll just be in random places in the world, completely not planned out whatsoever. This is a game that I feel I can talk behind very easily while still playing the game. Ooh. And I can use these little patches of shittiness to find the infected beast that she was talking about. Hello. Nom nom nom. So yeah, Masters are great. They are a must-have thing. They're a fantastic addition to the game. Something I just want to kind of mention more or less. This video is ending up being a very random video in the end. But aren't they all? Something I want to mention more or less is that the developers of this game, Grinding Gear Games, are probably one of my favorite developers of all time. Their game has absolutely zero pay-to-win elements in it. I feel really good about giving them money, which sounds weird for a free-to-play game, but I feel like they absolutely deserve my money. Mostly because I have played their game for... I'll tell you how many hours I've played their game for. Hold on, I'm currently trying to melt this little boss. Come on, come on. Let's speed this up a bit. I just activated a thing that increases my attack speed by a lot. Stop jumping around, you asshat. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. So, they are some incredible developers. If any of you are at all into Reddit, I would highly recommend checking out the subreddit for this game because they are so active on it. They are so active on the forums. And really, they're just really good developers. Case in point. And what I'm doing right now, this may get a tad tedious for you guys watching, but I assure you that it's worth it in the end, is coming back to my hideout and basically dumping all of my stuff into my stash. So I can get some Mune. Alright. Doop. Doop doop. Doop 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 doop. Doop. Dee doop. Dee doop. What am I missing? Helmet. Oh. Because that was the chaos recipe I was telling you guys about. I'll tell you guys more about it later. I'd rather not get anyone confused over it. Alright. So, first and foremost, let me just dump this thingy. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. See, that wasn't too hard. And then we're back. So I'm picking up all of the yellow stuff, because those are the rares, of course. And, ooh, chaos. Those are the rares, of course. And you'll want to pick those up as much as humanly possible. That hurt a lot. These guys deal a special kind of damage called chaos damage. And you guys may notice my health bubble. It has this big blue thing over it. If you haven't played games like Path of Exile, or Path of Exile itself, this is called Energy Shield. So this lies over your health, and most builds don't have to worry about this, but most casting builds, like spellcasters, will want to worry about that. It's very valuable. However, chaos damage goes past it unless you get one skill point in the skill tree, which I'll show you guys like next time. This is my mana bubble. It has no mana in it. I'll explain that later on. Basically, my skills don't use mana because they are movement skills, and I have a special skill point allocated in a spot specifically for that purpose. Why am I taking so much damage? Doesn't matter, they're all dead. I didn't want to pick that up. Get out of here. I don't need that shit. I need more pockets. Portals are disabled here. My ass. My ass is disabled here. That doesn't sound good at all. Oh, Lord. So, that little den thingy, that was part of Lady Tora's mission she wanted me to do. I just need to go back to her to get my XP. But yeah, so this build has a lot of little things in it that are probably best saved for like a full build overview for you guys. I'm going to leave a link to my where I got this build from in the description of the video. I got it from a guy called Grocery in the PoE forums. He makes a lot of really solid builds for Path of Exile, and most of my builds as of late have been almost completely found on the Path of Exile forums. And I wouldn't recommend doing that for your first build. I'd say just play, have fun, do whatever you feel like is fun. However, if you get later on in the game and you think you're not doing well just because the game is hating you for it, just try to rectify that by thinking, well, my next character is going to be better. And I know that seems like a cop-out, like, well, shouldn't my first character be fun? Well, yeah, it should be fun. I mean, if you're not having fun with your first character, then you're probably not going to have fun with the game, period. But if you're not having fun simply because you don't think he's powerful enough, that's very different. And that can be quite easily rectified. So, like I said in the first video, you should be able to simply play easily enough with a non, I guess, what's the word I should use here? With a non-copied build. Yeah, I suffice to say that I copy the majority of my builds off of PoE forums, and that's what they're there for. They're there to help people. Now, I would highly recommend you maybe find some friends who play this game, because this game is so much better with friends. I cannot understate. I cannot overstate. Words, Teripper. I cannot overstate how much more fun this game is with people. It's very easy to get bored with this game if you don't have friends in it. I'm playing it alone, and I play the majority of it alone. But if you at least have friends who you play with on and off, it'll give you some motivation to play the game a little more, maybe a little more seriously. And that's just me, right? I enjoy playing with my friends in this game. Some people hate it. Some people really don't like playing with other people in this game, and that's totally fine. You can play it either way. Nothing is balanced so it can only be beaten by a certain number of people. I love that about this game's content. You can solo anything, really, I think. There may be some limits to that I might be glossing over. But I believe for the most part, just about everything can be soloed in this game. Ba-doop-ba-doop. Hey, alright. What did I want to buy into? Oh yeah, crit chance for spells. I wanted to crit more. Actually, oh no. Actually, I want to get chaos inoculation. Because that will, this is the skill point I was telling you guys about. That will make it so chaos does not go past my energy shield anymore. But your maximum life becomes 1. Oh, also, you're immune to chaos damage. Holy crap. That's really, really cool. I didn't even know that part. You just don't take chaos damage. Well, anyway, I'm probably going to get that very, very soon because I've got 6,000 shield. That's plenty of shield. So we're going to get that. And then I'm just going to throw on... This is what's called a divination card. Talk about that in another video, probably. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. I'm just chucking all my junk in here. Can I throw this away? Awimboe, awimboe, awimboe. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. That is... Oh, that's disgustingly racist. But that's okay. We've all got a little bit of racist in us. Remember that video? Oh, that was magical. Alright, so let me just... Bloop. Bloop. These are pretty crap. But that's okay. That's a lot of rings. That is a lot of rings. I digress. Alright. So, before I got on that humongous tangent, you know, I should just pick that up and alk it. It's probably just... Nah, it's not worth it. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about? Alright. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. I know I had a couple people in the last video saying that this is their favorite game, and I can completely understand why. It's an incredible game. But they found me through Chivalry, and now I'm making this kind of video. So yeah, I don't mind this at all. And for those of you who are wondering about Mount and Blade or where that's going, again, the single player is tabled, but I'm gonna make a multiplayer video. Don't you worry, because I do like Mount and Blade multiplayer. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of fun, actually. So stay tuned for that. As you can see, there's only 6 monsters remaining in the map. That's not worth looking for, so I'm just going to go back, whoosh, and dump, dumpa 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 dumpa. Dumpa-dumpa-dumpa-dee-doo-doo. Alright, why don't we... Yeah, this is an efficient placement of items. I'm all about efficiency in this game. Oh, it's actually a pretty decent shield. Okay. Shaboopy. Shaboopy. This is a really bad helmet. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 20 minutes of really tangential, disconnected discussion on Path of Exile. But if you guys liked it, I highly recommend you check the guys out. You check the game out. It's free. And it's a great game. It's got a ridiculous amount of content. I've played 335 hours. It's a lot of time. That is a lot of time. Nothing compared to Chivalry. I've got like 1,080 in Chivalry, so don't worry. Chivalry hasn't been unseated just yet. But I highly recommend you guys check this out if you want a little break. If you haven't tried ARPGs before, I think this is a great place to start. If you're into Diablo, if you're into Diablo 3, I hear that's a great game these days, but I still would highly recommend this game because it's got a lot of parallels, but it's also very different. It's very fun in its own way. And I think that is going to be our video, you guys. I'm really glad you guys are liking the intro and the outro. Me and Tercel, mostly Tercel, has put a ton of work into that stuff, and I'm really glad you guys are enjoying it. And I'll let you guys enjoy it one more time for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, have a grand day, and I shall see you kind people next time.
Ha 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 ha!